So in one of my last videos, you probably saw me going through an article about MiHoYo's plans to build a new city in Shanghai. And pretty much they wanted this overall place to be a bit like Akihabara, which is a place in Japan, which pretty much a ton of people go to if you like stuff like anime, gaming, anything kind of computer or like technology centric. They've got it there, and MiHoYo plans to build one of them, but in China. Obviously, this is an amazing project which looks really exciting, but it actually seems like MiHoYo have a few more projects under their sleeve, and these ones are pretty massive, including things like new games and even continuations of their current games. So in this video, we're going to be going through all the evidence and all of the plans that MiHoYo have for all of these new games, new films, new whatever, and pretty much breaking down what it means and, you know, what it means for the future of MiHoYo. But before I get into this video, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe if you enjoy it, and also go to Gamer Subs, use my code CATOVA and get yourself 10% off a ton of cups and tubs. They actually have an event going on right now where you can actually get free shipping on any order as long as you use my code. So as well as getting that 10% off, you can also get free shipping, which is just amazing. So I definitely recommend you guys go check it out. But let's get back into the video. So this was also another news article that I covered, which was MiHoYo being given the green light for Genshin Impact and Honkai Star movies with government backing. And this pretty much opened up the pathway to a ton more Hoyoverse projects, which are covered over in this post here. Now obviously you're going to see that warning sign here saying r/gacha gaming, which yes, I know, that's how. So I will preface this video by saying take a lot of this information with a grain of salt because it is coming from someone who's on r/gacha gaming, and you know, I don't trust them fully 100% to translate all of this correctly. But what is official is this post, which is all in Chinese, and obviously I'm not Chinese myself, so I can't really translate this accurately, but it seems like a lot of this stuff is like mainly keywords. I think if we're taking like a statement from a person in a more serious topic, then maybe I wouldn't use Google Translate or, you know, rely on someone else to translate this for me. But seeing as this is just an update to a project, and it's nothing really serious, it's not going to hurt anyone, I'm just going to follow this, and it's just easier, and you can let me know down in the comments if any of this stuff is actually wrong and incorrect, and I'll make another video, you know, talking about how this is incorrect. But even just from translating it myself on Google Translate, it looks pretty much similar. They've also left a really good summary of all of the projects that we're getting, and kind of giving us a better idea of what MiHoYo are working on. So yeah, MiHoYo have actually released this post, which is pretty much asking for, you know, new recruitment. Obviously, they hire a lot of people, they're a massive company, and if they're planning on making new games, new films and stuff, they're going to have to hire even more people. And with that, you know, they talk about what kind of stuff they want in their games and what kind of stuff they want in their films and what kind of like employees they're looking for. Because obviously media is a very massive thing. MiHoYo could be looking for like game developers, or they could be looking for animators. Like it's a really wide spectrum, and it pretty much covers everything, you know, that they're looking for. And this user pretty much left a translation here covering all of the different genres and stuff that they're looking for in each of the projects. With the first concept being character concept art modern city, pre-research project, and pretty much they leave a couple of keywords here saying modern city, open world, stylized rendering, multiple storylines, PBR, physically based rendering, Unreal Engine 5, and also role-playing games. So this could be some kind of project behind a role-playing game, which could potentially come out in the future. And yeah, it's kind of exciting to see a lot of this stuff. And then we move on to the next one, being character concept art, realistic fantasy, realism, fantasy, action, physically based rendering, and Unreal Engine 5. Now it's important to note that a lot of these things could be to do with already existing games. As you see here, it says like character concept art modern city. That could easily be something to do with like Zenless Zone Zero. Obviously Zenless Zone Zero is set in a modern city, or well, maybe a more futuristic city, but at the same time, you know, they could just be looking for more employees to work on their current projects. But some of it does seem like pretty new, and you know, maybe they're working on a new game, or maybe they're working on something that's currently out at the moment. But this is pretty much all we have to work with at the moment. Now there's even more, saying another character concept art, which is anthropomorphic animals, which if you don't know what anthropomorphic means, it pretty much means like having human characteristics, which again, maybe that's something to do with a character that could be coming out in the game in the future, whether that's to do with, you know, Honkai Star or, you know, Genshin Impact or Zenless Zone Zero, literally any of them. But also they do have stuff like social interaction and chibi style, and also life simulation, which again we don't really see whenever it comes to a lot of the games that we have at the moment. So this could actually be a new pre-research project for a new kind of concept of game, as Hoyoverse are definitely looking to expand their genres. Now, why would they do this? Well, it seems like MiHoYo want to have a, you know, big index of a lot of genres that many players can play, pretty much giving them the maximum amount of money. I've talked about in the past of a project that Hoyoverse are working on, with it being an Animal Crossing type game. Obviously, you know, it's not going to be exactly the same, but it's going to be similar in the overall style and, you know, the gameplay, which again does hit that kind of genre of the whole Animal Crossing, you know, management kind of thing, which many fans will probably want. And it seems like, yeah, MiHoYo are trying to fill in these gaps of a lot of these genres so that they can profit off it first before any other company pretty much does. Now, obviously, you can argue whether that's right or wrong. I definitely think, you know, if they've got the money to do it, then why not? Obviously, it seems like they can make good games. It's not like they're just like producing slop either. They are producing really good games like Zenless Zone Zero, like Honkai Star, like Genshin Impact. Obviously, they are all completely different games in terms of gameplay. And I think all of these games and all of these projects that they're working on are just, you know, additions to this. And they're trying to expand the overall depth of genres that they have, which honestly I think is pretty good. Now we go into some other stuff, which is scene concept art, which is Honkai IP pre-research. It says modern town, sense of life, spirit companion, fun fantasy, stylized rendering. So again, a lot of this stuff is very vague of like what we actually know. This could be for something like Honkai Impact 3rd, maybe they're working on a new area, or even Honkai Star, maybe they're working on a new area for that, and they want to do some pre-research. But also it could mean literally anything else. It could be a film for the Honkai series, it could be another game for the Honkai series, which I wouldn't be surprised if they did that. And it's kind of exciting to see them working on a lot of pre-research projects, because that is a key word in this, pre-research. So they're not actually like fully working on it yet, they're just researching what they can do with it. Obviously a lot of these projects might fall under, and that they might not even, you know, give it any thought after, you know, employing this person. But it is good to see that Hoyoverse are actually thinking about some other projects that they can work on other than their current games. And then finally we've got the last one, which is scene concept art, European and American cartoon pre-research project. It says European and American cartoon, shooting, near future fantasy multiplayer. So again, it seems like MiHoYo are working on some kind of game to do with a shooter, which again seems kind of cool. It says something about European and American cartoons, so maybe they're thinking of doing something a bit like Overwatch or Valorant, that kind of stuff. I don't know if you consider it cartoony, but it's not supposed to be realistic. So maybe they're working on something similar, which again would be very exciting to see from MiHoYo, seeing as they have some really good developers that do know how to make a really good, you know, smooth game. And they haven't really made a shooter in the past, so it would be interesting to see how they do that. And will it be a gacha game, or will it be like a just, you know, normal game? Because obviously the quality of shooters in gacha games at the moment aren't the best. We got Snowbreak, which is pretty decent, but again, it's nothing like amazing. We got Girls Frontline 2, which again isn't anything amazing as well. And I think MiHoYo, if they actually, you know, did this and actually, you know, buckled down on it, I think they could make a really good shooter and, you know, outsell a lot of these other games. So again, it's very exciting to see a lot of these different projects being, you know, talked about and being in the works, at least from a pre-research, you know, standpoint. And hopefully we do get some information on some of these projects in the future, because I would really love to make some more videos about it and talk about some other stuff that's coming to the game. And obviously the whole plans to build a, you know, Shanghai Akihabara is super exciting too. And it seems like Hoyoverse are looking to expand their company, whether that is, you know, through a city, having a whole like real life area. Obviously I talked about in the past of them investing in like nuclear reactors and stuff. So they're looking to invest their money in some more like non-gaming things. And now they're looking to invest their money in some other gaming things and expanding their overall gaming library, and pretty much just giving users an experience that, you know, is fully Hoyoverse. And that can be backed up with the addition of HoyoPlay, which pretty much allows you to play all of the Hoyoverse games in one space. So maybe they'll add some of these games to that too. But yeah, just overall it seems pretty exciting, and we should be able to see some more information about this very soon. But yeah, let me know down in the comments what you guys think. Do you think any of these games sound good to you? Like maybe you like one of the ones to do with realism and fantasy, or maybe you like the sound of a European/American cartoon kind of shooter. Again, some very, very interesting concepts there, and yeah, that's about all I got for this video. So if you enjoyed it, then don't forget to leave a like and subscribe, and also go to Gamer Subs. As I said, we got a really cool event on at the moment, which you can get right now, so I would definitely recommend going to go check it out. And yeah, I will see you guys in the next one. That's all. See ya.